It now gives me great pleasure to introduce one of our alums, a young man, and young means anyone younger than I am, so that's about 40, give or take. Yeah, keep laughing. A young man who flew in from Nevada, which I greatly appreciate, just to tell his story. He's just an incredible young man. I taught him 1 or 2 years ago, give or take. Greg Weaver, come on up.
How's everyone doing this morning? Good? It's kind of weird. I was thinking, whoop, that's my water slides. Every time I get in front of a podium and speak like this, it's interesting. I always think of, has anyone seen the new Geico commercial with Pinocchio? Where he's sitting there and he's like, you have potential, and you have potential. And his nose goes out like this. Sorry, I digress. Anyway. I just wanted to, once again, my name's Greg Weaver. Pat, thank you for the warm introduction. I want to start off this morning by going through my educational journey and kind of the importance on what it means to me and what it means to all the students and everybody here in the room. So my parents always stressed the importance of what getting a good education was. And from their viewpoint as a young child, they sent both me and my sister to a private Christian school. And they thought that it was the best place for me because small school, small classroom setting, obviously you're going to get the most one-on-one attention. The classroom struggles I had there, oh my gosh, I'm telling you, I had them left and right. With simple things, from the tapping of a pencil, like somebody going like this, I'd be like, oh, what's going on over there? Or the lawnmower out front with the gardener, just like, oh, what's going on out the window? So what that would turn into would be me distracting my neighbors. And then I was labeled as the troublemaker within the class. And the class clown. So my parents were not satisfied with the labels that my teachers gave me. So they sent me to a school psychologist when I was in the 3rd grade to see what was going on. He did a battery of tests, and finally after seeing him for about 3 sessions, he finally diagnosed me with attention deficit hyperactive disorder, better known as ADHD. My parents and the doctor thought it was best to start me on a new drug at the time, known as Ritalin. I'm pretty sure everybody in the room's heard of it by now. It's pretty popular. And at the time, I was assigned to a resource room teacher. And at the school, like I said, small private Christian school. It was in a convent, and our resource room was literally in the fallout shelter of a World War II basement. So walking down these big damp like staircases, walking down to the basement, see the big giant nuclear fallout shelter sign on there. I'm like, pretty much what I'm trying to say is the resources at the school are non-existent. My parents decided that it was best for me to attend a public school for middle school. However, once again, I was put in a resource room and took remedial classes. During recess, I was subjected to the classes that I had to do, so I wasn't able to play with my friends during recess, get all the energy out that a person with ADHD has running around. So it was kind of counterproductive because the distractions would take place even beforehand when I'm in class. But not being able to play with my friends, I felt like something was wrong with me. I kept asking myself, why can't I play basketball with my friends? Why do I have to sit in study hall while they're outside playing together? But more importantly, I had to answer to them, what was I doing during break, and how was I able to do this without feeling stupid, or being seen as stupid? A few weeks into my 8th grade year, my dad picked me up from school and told me I didn't have to go to school the following Wednesday. I looked at him confused. What are you talking about? Like, all right, cool. He told me that there was a school that my mom and him found to help students with learning disabilities that they wanted me to shadow and see if Edison would be a good fit. Reluctantly, I agreed. When I arrived on campus at Edison, I was surprised. For the first time in my life, I found teachers that actually took an interest in how all of their students did. Their small class sizes helped me connect and help their students connect by giving them the extra time and attention they needed, which is something that I didn't receive at my past schools. While a student at Edison, I was taught valuable life lessons that I still carry to this day. I learned that I don't have a learning disability, I have a learning difference. I'm just as smart as all the other students I've gone to school with over the years. I just learn a different way than they do, in a different way from when my former schools were set up. The only way my teachers know that I'm struggling is by self-advocating. It's probably my biggest takeaway from Edison, self-advocating. People don't know if you're struggling unless you advocate for yourself. By advocating for myself with my teachers, I slowly began to overcome my academic struggles that I had for so many years. With self-advocacy, I discovered self-confidence. I noticed not only an improvement in my schoolwork, but also on a personal level. I felt more confident with my peers, joined extracurricular activities, and knew how to interact with my teachers in order to receive the resources I needed to be successful. I remember I was struggling in my Western Civ class with my teacher at the time, Miss Valentine, who knew I was struggling. The only way that she was willing to help me, and she told me, was if I asked for help and told her what issues that I needed. She's more than happy to help me, but I needed to go ask for it and tell her what I needed. Since leaving Edison, I've used these skills they taught to me on a daily basis. In college, I informed my teachers on the first day of class and let them know what I needed to be successful. In 2009, I graduated from California Lutheran University with a BA in communications. I was able to use my multitasking ability that goes along with my ADHD to successfully work in corporate America as a sales manager for 6 years. These guys know what's up. I was able to set numerous sales records, customer service records, and redevelop the employee training for the company that I worked for at the time. My learning difference is no longer a hindrance, but a strength I use on a daily basis. It is imperative to advocate for myself with my clients, my coworkers, and my bosses in order to make my monthly quotas. Since then, I've gone on to work in higher education as a college admissions counselor, finding my niche in life. I'm currently working on my Master's of Higher Education at the University of Nevada, Las Vegas, where I'm also a graduate assistant in the university's Office of Civic Engagement and Diversity, where I oversee projects, budgets, and activities for the university's student government. The life skills like advocating I learned at Thomas Edison have enabled me to go on and receive an education I always didn't foresee being in my future. Thomas Edison gave me a voice in education that is something that I want to give back to the students that I work with on a daily basis. This school taught me I will always have a learning difference, but by using the tools they taught me and a lot of hard work, self-advocating, the students I work with can be successful in any setting. It feels great to be giving back to everyone. Thank you so much for having me today. It's been a pleasure talking with you.